Hello, I'm Mr. Polk, and welcome to my kitchen. I really miss cooking with you guys, but I want to keep the lessons going, and I know you're excited to get into the cake decorating unit, so we're going to give it a shot. I came up with a couple ideas on how we can do this in an online format. I'm going to demo you how to do things. I want you to watch them, and then if you can at home, you can try them. I encourage you to try them. That's what's really going to make this work, is that you take what you learn from the videos and the other work that I have on Canvas, and you physically try this stuff at home and see what you can do. And I'll give you bits of information along the way so that if you can't do exactly what I'm showing, you'll be able to do other things. And I'm also tailoring these lessons for this online experience. So I'm really excited to be cooking with you again. So to start cake decorating, we need to make some icing. So what I'd like to do today is show you how to make the standard vanilla buttercream icing. And I have this recipe on Canvas, so they're the same type of recipes we've been always using. You can print it off from Canvas and you can make this at home, and then you'll be able to do the next couple of videos, which is actually being able to practice decorating. And I have some ideas there as well. If you can't make the icing, you could always use commercially made icing, that's fine, but I'd like to show you how to make the vanilla buttercream that we use in class. It starts out with your fats. We start with vegetable shortening. Okay, about 6 ounces of vegetable shortening at room temp. And then softened butter, about 8 ounces at room temp. And then what we're going to do is put in the vanilla as well. Okay, so we're going to put in about 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Put that in there. And then we're going to put it in the mixer. And we're going to mix it up. The first part is just to get all of your fats combined. The Crisco and the butter, like most of my recipes, work together. And we want to mix this up. The recipe tells you can go up to about 4. You want to get it creamed. You don't want to incorporate too much air, but you want to cream it. Once it starts to come together and fully cream through, then what you can do is start to add your powdered sugar. Okay? Now, what I do there, I'm going to turn the mixer a little bit, is you can do this a couple ways. You could add clumps of powdered sugar and then let it mix up, or you can add it while it's mixing on low. Some people put a towel around the front, but I find that sometimes that kind of gets in the way. So I have it on stir. I have my 2 pounds of powdered sugar in a metal bowl, so no glass, same rules as at school. And I'm just going to try and start feeding, I don't know, maybe about a quarter of the powdered sugar in, and just sort of let it mix around. Okay? You can be tempted, you can take it from stir up to 1 a little bit, to 2, just to mix it around, but you want to do it in addition. You don't want to go too fast. You'll know if it starts puffing up. If you start making a hazy cloud, you know that you're going too fast and putting the powdered sugar everywhere. And again, you have to be careful when you're putting the ingredients in like this. But again, we're following our rules. Metal bowl, okay? We're putting that in. So that's about half of it now. Okay, that looks good. We'll do another quarter. And again, you're just sort of putting it in so it takes it, so that it's not overwhelmed. And if you don't have a mixer like this at home, you can use a handheld mixer, one that you hold like this and zip around. You can even, mix by hand. It's going to take a little bit of elbow grease to do it by hand, but you can do it. We're going to put this in. So there's all our powdered sugar. And then once our powdered sugar is in, we're going to take a look at the milk. The milk is what is going to make it creamy. You don't want your icing too soft, and you don't want it too stiff. So this takes about a quarter cup of milk. So I'm going to put in most of the milk. Okay? And then I'm going to turn it on and see where that takes me. You want it to have like I said, the consistency is hard to explain, and it's different depending on what you're doing with the icing. If you're, just base icing, or if you need it strong, there's different things. So once it starts to mix in, you can take it up to maybe 5 or 6. I wouldn't go too much faster than that because you don't want to incorporate too much air in the icing. Okay? So So what I'm going to do is just take a spoon here and see where I'm at. Okay? What I'm looking for, I'll use another spoon. I'm just looking for the consistency. This would be nice for piping. Okay, notice that it's soft. Okay, because you don't want it so stiff that you can't pipe it, but you don't want it so soft that the second you go to pipe it, it doesn't hold the shape. So this looks really good. So to finish it, I just keep mixing it through. Okay, just a little bit longer. What we do is we like to mix it until what we like to say the powdered sugar is kind of rendered, blended in, all right? And that's what makes this icing work. And then once it's good, then you can take it out of the bowl and you could put it in a container, store it in the fridge, use it over a couple days. It's just that anytime you go to use it, you got to bring it, let it slowly come up to room temperature. So the last thing I'll do here is I'll take the bowl out and we can see what the icing looks like. This one might be just a little bit, the bowl out, might be just a little bit on the thicker consistency. But the thing is, once you start working with the icing, you're going to find that it starts to warm up. If it's in your hand in the pastry bag, if you're smoothing it a couple of times. So this is a pretty nice consistency that I would use to start decorating with. So thanks for cooking with me today, and I hope to cook with you next time right here in Mr. Polk's Kitchen.